Namo Namo Buddho Divakaraya. Namo Namo Gautama Chandrikaya. Namo Namo Ananta Gunanaraya. Namo Namo Shakyanandanaya. I bow down to Lord Buddha, who is luminous like the blazing sun and soothing like the moon. I bow down to Lord Buddha, the prince of Shakya dynasty and the man of infinite divine qualities. May Buddha guide our lives. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. This morning our subject is Buddha and his teachings, part 34. As you know, which is a series of lectures based on Dhammapada, which is the most important scripture of Buddhism. Like Bible to the Christians, Gita to the Hindus, Quran to the Muslims. So this Dhammapada to the Buddhists. There are, I think there are 323 verses are there in 26 chapters. Buddha gave these teachings with a background. Somebody had some problems. In that connection, he gave the teachings. So I shall read the background so that we can see how Buddha's teachings came from him. Anyhow, first I shall tell you a few words about Buddha. Buddha was born 563 BC, lived only 80 years. He was the only son of his father, Shuddhodana, who was a king, not a very long, big king, but a small king. And it was mentioned that he would be either he would be an emperor or he would be a mendicant. So his father was scared to arrange his marriage when he was 16 years old. And he led his marriage life till 29. He renounced. Abhinishkaman, the great departure. He went to Gaya. 6 years he practiced tremendous spiritual disciplines and attained Nirvana. He was thinking that after attaining Nirvana, shall I share this wisdom with people? The Mara, the Satan came and said, no, enjoy yourself. Don't share with others. But the large-hearted Buddha came to Benares and began to preach. He taught 4 Aryan truths. First, there is misery. All human beings are suffering from misery. Second, he discovered the cause of the misery. Third, how to get rid of the misery. Fourth, the remedy. His eightfold path, he mentioned, practice it. You will be free from misery. Buddha did not talk about God, no guru. Atmadipa bhava, light your own lamp. Buddha emphasized self-effort. Exert yourself. Work out your own salvation. Very strong. For that reason, you must discipline yourself. So Buddha introduced 10 disciplines. Dasha Shila. And the monks also. If you follow these disciplines, if you follow Buddha's path, you will attain. Somebody asked, is there any Atman? Is there any God? Buddha said, why are you asking all these questions? If somebody throw you an arrow, what do you do? Do you think who threw this arrow? This arrow is made of what metal? Is there any poison in it? How from what distance is through this arrow? If you try to discuss these things, you will die. Right now you remove the arrow and save yourself. That is Buddha's philosophy. Misery, destroy this misery. And the cause of misery is tanha, desire. Uproot the desire from the mind. Very interesting philosophy. During the time of Buddha, especially the northern part of India, lot of monasteries, monks and nuns all over the country. Be good, do good. I was reading a Zen story. A monk says, the flag is moving. Another monk says, no, flag isn't moving. The wind is moving. The teacher came and said, none of them are moving. Your mind is moving. Very interesting. All this world you see are the vibration of the mind. Manaspandanameva jagat. This world is nothing but the vibration of the mind. This mind is vibrating. So Buddha wanted this mind should be calm. For the reason he brought all these disciplines. Generally there are two main divisions of Buddhism. They call it Mahajana, Hinajana. The great vehicle, the small vehicle. The Mahajana group, they started to worship Buddha after his death. Remember, the person who denies God, his disciples made him God. Buddha denied God, but his disciples made him God and began to worship him. The Bodhisattva. Amazing. And the other group, they call it Theravada Buddhism, Hinajana. They only followed Buddha's teachings. It was in the 1st century, King Konishko. He was a Hindu, but became a Buddhist. He said all Buddhist teachings should be converted into Sanskrit. You see, Buddha taught in Pali, the local language, just like Jesus taught in the Aramaic, local language, so the language of the people, so that message can spread quickly. So Buddha did it. Sri Ramakrishna taught in Bengali, spread quickly. So, put it into Sanskrit. But Theravada Buddhism, the Hinajana, they wanted their own liberation, nirvana. They did not get involved with too many activities. But the Mahajana, they felt the large-heartedness of Buddha. Bahujana dukhayo, bahujana sukhayo, bahujana sukhayo. For the good of many, for the welfare of all, lead your life. That is the main focus of the Mahajana Buddhism. Don't be selfish, only thinking about your own liberation. Swamiji belonged to that group. Large-heartedness. Feel for others, serve others, sacrifice your life for others. And this group says, no, we are our own nirvana. We want our own liberation. Mahajana Buddhism is spread in China, in Japan, in Tibet, in Nepal. And Hinojana, the lower vehicle, small vehicle, is spread in Burma, now Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Shingal, Siam, Southeast Asia. It is amazing that how his teachings spread in these countries. Very interesting. This one sentence really makes sense to me about Buddhism and Vedanta. Shankara, whole problem is in the ego, remember. Shankara took the ego and pushed that ego into Brahman and said, just stay there. I am Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. I am Brahman. I am Brahman. So that ego was completely spiritualized and became one with Brahman. That is Vedanta. And what did Buddha do? Buddha completely destroyed the ego. Very negative. That ego is positive ego. And Buddha's ego, negative, destroy it. If you destroy the ego, what remains? Nirvana. Only Brahman remains. Ego is not there. That is Buddha's philosophy. Destroy the ego. What remains, that is the reason. What remains, nobody can say. Who will tell you? The I is gone. The I consciousness, if I is gone, who will tell you that what is what? So he killed the ego. So remains Nirvana. That is the reason they call it Shunyavadi Buddhism. Shunya means empty, vacant, void. Nobody knows. Somebody asked Sri Ramakrishna, sir, what happened? Well, Buddha did not believe. How can Buddha express God? The ego is not there. So he said, he remained silent. Ultimately in Vedantic experience also, Uposhantoyam Atma. Do you know what does it mean? It means the Brahman, complete silence, merged into silence. At that time, subject and object become one. I is the I, object, this body, I. This I becomes subject, Brahman. So I and Brahman become one, so Samadhi. Then you cannot speak what it is. That was happening, Sri Ramakrishna, every day. I dissolves. He cannot express. So this is the story. Now we shall go to Priyavarga, the 16th chapter of Dhammapada. Priyavarga means pleasure. verse number 209 to 211. There was a good devotee, had one son, and then son became a Buddhist monk. The parents are so much attached to their son, they also left everything and they also joined the monastery and convent. And when Buddha heard this story, he gave this teaching. Remember, parents also left because the son left. So Buddha said, he gives himself to the distractions of the world and does not give himself to meditation. Giving up his own welfare and grasping at pleasure will envy him and exerts himself in meditation. Let no man cling to what is pleasant or unpleasant. Not to see what is pleasant is pain, as also it is pain to see what is unpleasant. Therefore, do not take a liking to anything. Loss of the loved object is evil. There are no bonds for him who has neither likes nor dislikes. A little, perhaps he could not follow the whole thing, I can tell you, because a little esoteric way Buddha expressed these teachings. What he is trying to say, look, there are two paths in front of you. Shreya, good. Preya, pleasant. Pleasant means immediately it will give you joy, the worldly things. That is called pleasant and good. So he was talking about, if you are attached to the pleasant, what will happen? Attachment will give you pain, and when you lose your object, you will get pain. And to hold that object, it may go away, you will get fear. Fear and pain go together when you have this kind of attachment. That you are talking to these parents. There is a story in the Bhagavatam. Avadhuta had 24 gurus. One of them was a pigeon. The male and the female, husband and wife, flew away to bring food for their children, the little pigeons. When they came back, they found these little pigeons are caught by a hunter in a net. So they are so attached to their children, they jumped on the net and they are also caught. So Avadhuta told this pigeon that you are my guru. Your attachment is bringing death for you. So much attachment for the children that Buddha is talking about. Sometimes we see even some monastics, attachment. I remember one senior monk told me, when you left home, please don't keep any connection with your family. Because family's happiness and misery will move in your mind also. You will not be able to concentrate in God or work for the Lord. Your mind will be very disturbed. She meant, if you put two legs on two boats, what will happen? You will fall into the river. No way. Follow the path. Lord will take care of your family if you sincerely love God, serve God. Don't think about your family. That one monk gave me very advice when first joined. Very good advice. Sometimes it happens, parents are so much attached to their parents. Raghunath Goswami, a disciple of Chaitanya, left home, ran away. So his father said, this time if you find my son, we shall put him in chain. The mother said, this beautiful wife And this plenty of wealth could not bind our son. Do you think iron chain will be able to bind him? So the parents began to send money, cook, all servants to the son in the monastery in Puri. Chaitanya, his guru said, my goodness, you are bringing your family's wealth here and you want to be a monk? No way. Raghunath left everything. He refused. His parents' gifts and all the servants and cooks, I don't want. That is a great teaching of Buddha, of Chaitanya to his disciple, Raghunath Goswami. Bandhu. Priyo apriyo. It is very common. Some we love, sometimes we do not love. Good and bad. Attachment, detachment. This is the way the world has been set up. They call it pair of opposites. Good, bad. Happiness, misery. This is the whole world is made like this. Attachment, detachment. Now, Buddha is teaching that, Priya Bustu, if you are very dear to me, if you leave me, I get pain. And if an apriyo, the person I do not like, comes to me, I get pain. So he's telling the pain comes from both ways. The person I love, he gives me pain. The person I do not love gives me pain. Buddha is trying to teach, transcend both. That is the main focus of these 3 verses that I am telling you, that what Buddha wants to tell us. Atmanikarnasya. He was talking about these parents, but they are householders, but they want you to imitate monastic life. It does not work that way. Sri Ramakrishna has a couple of disciples who wanted to be monk. Even A.M. wanted to be monk. Sri Ramakrishna said, no way, you have wife, children, how can you be monk now? Be an ideal householder. I shall make you monk inside. I shall make your inside red, ochre colored. Outside, white color, wife, children, family, fine. I know these tricks. That he did to M. Nagmashai. Thakur made them householders inside monks. That's Buddha is talking about here. Oh, monastic life must be better than householder's life. They come and join and then they become miserable. Still they have attachments for the world, you see. Ramdatta came. Sir, I want to be a monk. Are your wife and several daughters, children? No, I want to. Then Sri Ramakrishna, do you know what he said? That's a beautiful example. Here is a mother fish, lays egg, and small fishes, whom this mother fish is protecting her kids, that little children. Sometimes some other big fish also comes to swallow the small fish. Then mother fish fights and pushes those big fishes out from her children. Sri Ramakrishna told Ramdatta, you are like a mother fish. You must protect your children. Sri Ramakrishna emphasized the ideal householder's life. Priyo, apriyo. Maya. Sometimes we are so much attached to our family people. Sri Ramakrishna said, love them, serve them. But from the bottom of your heart, you remember, they belong to God, not yours. You are not the owner. You are the caretaker. The way Sri Ramakrishna taught these beautiful teachings, how to lead an ideal household life. Have everything, but don't take the ownership. God is the owner. You are the caretaker. This center, I am not the owner, I am the minister here. This place belongs to Sri Ramakrishna, I am the caretaker. That is the way, if you feel it, this house, your everything belongs to the Lord. You are the caretaker. That's Sri Ramakrishna, that Buddha is telling these parents who are attached to you and want to lead others' life, monastic life. It will not work. Next verse, 2:12. In Srabusti, a devotee lost his son and was very much overwhelmed with grief. Listening to that death news, Buddha went to his home and began to give him consolation. 2:12. From the liked arises grief. From the liked arises fear. To one who is free from liking, there is no grief. How there can there be fear? Buddha used these two words again and again in this chapter. Grief and fear. Grief and fear. Shoka and Bhaya. If you study the Gita, you will find these two things was the basis of the whole Bhagavad Gita. Shoko shakvigna manasaha. In the Gita, when Arjuna saw his friends, relatives, grandfathers, I have to fight with them. I shall kill them. Oh no, he was submerged in grief. He dropped his bow and arrow and collapsed on the chariot. Then the Gita began. When Arjuna collapsed on the chariot, the Bhagavad Gita started. There was another problem in Arjuna. He saw Bhishma. He had the boon of death, Ichamritu, that when he will die according to his wish, nobody can kill him. How can I conquer that man? His own guru. How can I defeat my guru? He has all divine weapons. Then Karna, great warrior. Perhaps I shall not be able to make it. So fear entered into Arjuna's mind. The shoka, grief and fear, these two things, Krishna removed Arjuna's mind forever. That is the main theme of the Bhagavad Gita. No grief, no fear. We all suffer from these two. All human beings. Grief. Whenever dearest one dies, or something wrong happens, accident, or bad disease, or anything, we are grieving. And fear. Oh, I may lose money in my stock market. Oh, if what will happen? Oh, there is too much these things. Oh, tornado come, look what happened. Fear. These two things are in human mind. So Buddha wants to knock out those two things. Moni Mallik, a devotee, Brahmo devotee of Sri Ramakrishna, lost his son. From the cremation ground, straight he came to Dakshineshwar. Master, my son died. Sri Ramakrishna says, but your son died? Yes. You know, I loved my nephew. Sri Ramakrishna was telling him, he also died. I raised him. He was a child, you know, his mother died while giving birth to the baby, and I raised the child. Oof, do you know what? I got so much pain, as if you were squeezing a wet towel. That is the way I felt. In this way, Sri Ramakrishna was talking to this grieving father who just lost his son. Then what happened? All of a sudden, Sri Ramakrishna began to sing. Javo jeev sadhana samore, he jiva, sadhon samor. This world is a battle. You will have to fight, get up. He, Sri Ramakrishna, awakened his spirit, his consciousness in a higher plane, and he lost. The grief disappeared. Oh, that is the reason, sir, I came to you. Sri Ramakrishna raked the entire grief from his mind. Amazing. Then another woman came to Buddha. You are a great saint. Please bring, my son died, please bring back life to my son. Buddha looked at that grieving mother and said, of course I can bring back life to your son, but before that, I want you to go home to home and collect some mustard seeds from the home where there was no death. The home where there was no death, from that house, bring some mustard seed. Then I can bring back life to your son. This poor mother went from home to home, and every house he got the news, oh, somebody died in our family, oh, my father died, my grandmother died. She did not get any mustard seed from any home where there was no death. Then she realized that death is inevitable. If there is birth, there is death. Jatasai dhruvo mrityu, that Krishna says in the Gita. If you are born, you will die. No exception. So, Buddha, then that woman realized that I cannot get back to my son's life. The Upanishad says, this is a very beautiful verse in the mantra in the Isha Upanishad. Yastu sarvani bhutani atmanyavanupashyati sarvabhutesha chatmanam taturna vijigushati. Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmaivabhut vijanata tatra kamoha koshoka ekattam anupashyata. When a person experiences that Brahman in everything, in every being, he transcends moha, delusion, shoka, grief, fear. Everything disappears from his mind. So if you want to conquer delusion, grief, fear, death, you need the knowledge of Brahman. Upanishad says, Saesha Maharaja Atma Ajaro Amaro Amrito Abhayo Abhayambai Brahma Abhayambai Brahma. It is in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Abhayambai Brahma. This Brahman is fearless. There is no fear there. There is no grief there. There is no attachment. That is the way Vedanta teaches. Many teachings of Buddha like Vedanta. 213. Vishakha, a great devotee of Buddha, lost her granddaughter, Sudatta. So she went to Buddha for consolation. Seeing Vishaka's grief, Buddha gave this lesson. 213. From affection arises grief. From affection arises fear. To one who is free from affection, there is no grief. How there can be fear? Beautiful words. In Yoga Sutra, there is a aphorism. There is an aphorism in Yoga Sutra. Suti mule tad vipako jati ayu bhoga. This is the aphorism. Suti mule. In your previous life, your karma determines Shoti mule tad vipako, karmic fall, result of action. What does it determine? Jati, where will you born? Ayu, how long you will live in that particular life? Bhoga, how much happiness and misery you will encounter in that life. It all depends upon your previous life's karma. Patanjali says. Swami Atmananda went to visit him. Atmananda was a disciple of Swami Vivekananda. And he went to the living room and Aim was serving him some sweets and a glass of water. It is in Aim's home custom. If any monk visits his home, he will give 2 sweets and 1 glass of water. I remember once I went to her home, his great-grandson was there. I told him, Deepak Babu, you must follow your family tradition. A monk has come, you must give me 2 sweets and 1 glass of water. Of course, Maharaj. I shall give 2 sweets and 1 glass of water. It was their custom. So, he was feeding Atmananda, and Atmananda heard inside the house, people are crying. So Atmananda says, Master Masai, I hear people are crying inside. Yes, yes, you please eat first. So he ate. Then he said, what happened? A girl of this house died. Her own daughter died. His own daughter died. They say, a girl of this house died. He was an ideal householder. Grief cannot destroy. It is Sri Ramakrishna gave me that child. Sri Ramakrishna took away. Who am I? This is the way we must learn how to be detached, how to learn how to conquer attachment and grief and fear. Very, very interesting way we see the Buddha's teachings and Sri Ramakrishna's teachings and Sri Ramakrishna's disciples, how they tackle these kinds of problems. Some princess of the Vaishali Lichavi Rajkumar, there was a festival day, they brought a dancing girl and making some festivity, enjoyment and good food. And on the way, they started to fight themselves and injured. Gradually that place became like a battlefield. The monks saw that disaster and went to Buddha and told what they saw. In that connection, Buddha gave this teaching, 214. From enjoyment arises grief. From enjoyment arises fear. To one who is free from enjoyment, there is no grief. How then can there be fear? Similar kinds of teachings. Grief and fear come from attachment, come from enjoyment. Fear. In the Puchonji we find that Daivasura Sangpa, Shumbo Nishumbo, when Divine Mother appeared before them in front of a beautiful woman, these two brothers are fighting. It is in the Shumba, there is another story. It is in Shumba, there is another story. But these two demons, they are trying, but the elder brother says, I want her, and the younger brother says, I want her. So then the two brothers, they kill themselves. So they were man of Yuddha. Because they got the boon. No God, no human being, nothing can kill them. But they did not gain the boon that the Jivan can kill the Jivan. You see? When the God gives a boon, he keeps some loophole. I am giving a boon. For example, our Nrsimha avatar, the Hiranyakashipu. I should not be killed on the earth. Not at daytime, not in the night time. I shall not be killed by gods. I shall not be killed by human beings. I shall not be killed by all these things. Brahma says, all right, all right, all right. So when Hiranyakashipu was killed, do you know what? It is during the time of twilight, neither day nor night. And not on the earth, because the Nrsimha, Vishnu took that half lion, half human. What he did, he took the demon and put on his thigh, and with his nail, killed him. But no weapon. So it is not the weapon, with the nail. The nail of the lion is very strong. Kill the demon. When I read this story, that I am giving you boon, but I am keeping all loopholes. You will be killed. Amazing. There was a son of a very rich man. He did not want to marry. His parents requested him again and again, but he refused. Finally, he said, he made a gold image of a beautiful woman. But if you can bring a woman like this, then I shall marry. So they found a girl, beautiful girl for him, and they wanted to bring that girl to their home. On the way, that girl had some terrible disease and died. So human beings came back, these messengers. So hearing that sad news, that young man gave up his eating and sleeping. Buddha came to know about it. So he went to that boy's father, who was the devotee of Buddha, and gave him consolation. Very beautiful story. From desire arises grief. From desire arises fear. To one who is free from desire, there is no grief. How can there be fear? Same way. So affection, enjoyment, desire, all these things bring grief, grief, grief. Buddha is telling that human beings, you have all these things, attachment, then affection, then enjoyment, desire. So these two things are inevitable with this, grief and fear. To 15. A Brahmin has a field and he has a bumper harvest. And the crop was ripe, but in the meantime there was a terrible kind of hurricane or tornado, destroys his whole crop. So he was very much grief-stricken. So he stopped eating and he was fasting. So listening to this story of that poor Brahmin, Buddha went to his home and gave this teaching. 216. From craving arises grief. From craving arises fear. To one who is free from craving, there is no grief. How then can there be fear? Same way Buddha taught. Desire, craving, desire. The Vedantashtha Upanishad says, Kamamayo vayam purusha. All human beings have desires. What does the desire do? The moment you have desire, then comes sankalpa, resolution. I must fulfill that desire. From sankalpa, from resolution comes action. Then you execute your action. And when the action comes, you will get the result. You got up and said, I shall go to Vedanta temple. A desire came. Then you resolve, I must go. So you went to your garage, took the car. Then action, you drove the car. Then you came to Vedanta temple, got the result. This is the way it goes, desire. So Buddha is telling that craving for the worldly things also brings this kind of fear and grief. Desire. Some young boys of Rajagriha, it was a festival day, they are going for picnic. And they are carrying a lot of good food. And at that time, Buddha and his disciples are going for begging food. Do you know Buddha's routine? Every day he would get up early in the morning and meditate. Then he took his bath. At round about at 11 o'clock, he would go for begging food. So he would get food and eat it, 1 meal a day. Then when he will take food from the devotee's house, he will give some lessons to them. Then he comes back to the monastery. Then he teaches the disciples. Then he will take some rest. In the evening, again he will meditate, long hours. In this way, we find Buddha has a very wonderful routine. So, you see, what you say, Tonha. Katila Bishti. Shankshar Jaji Bharat Sholo. Kar Parusha Gaj 216. Then 2 birds. Trishna, the desire. 216. So these boys did not give food to the Buddha. So Buddha went and begged his own food. But next, when they saw Buddha's disciple was coming, and his name is Mahakashyapa, so these boys gave food to him. So the news came that, they did not give food to you, but they gave food to your disciple. Buddha says, I am very glad that they didn't give me food. They appreciated my disciple's greatness. Disciple makes the Guru great. It is Vivekananda made Sri Ramakrishna great in one way. Ramakrishna made Vivekananda great. Vivekananda also made Sri Ramakrishna great. Shantaguru Mahakashyap Sthavar Manashrita Devagane, when he is very dear to God. It shows that how egoless Buddha was. Oh, I am the Guru and you did not pay respect to me, you respected to my disciple? No. Let them decide. It just reminds me of a story. Holy Mother went to Bangalore. And Holy Mother looks like an ordinary woman, and next is Golapma. Golapma was a very, gorgeous looking woman, sat next to him. So the South Indian devotees came and started to bow down to Golapma. And Golapma was telling, what are you doing? Don't you see? You people do not have any eyes. Look, she is the mother, not me. And Holy Mother was just enjoying the game. Holy Mother was going to bow down to her. It came to my mind. In that connection, Buddha says, Shiloban, him who is endowed with virtue and insight, who is established in the law, who is truthful, who minds his own affairs, him the world holds dear. He is talking about this, my disciple, Mahakashyap, is endowed with all these noble qualities. So the boys did the right thing, appreciated the greatness of this great man. Some people become jealous, There was a great teacher, and his disciples asked him, I said, sir, have you attained this Nirvana, Arhatto, that is my illumination? He did not say anything. But what happened, he was a great follower of Buddha, of course, he was a disciple of Buddha. So, by this time his disciple, the Guru died. Then his disciples went to Buddha and cried and told that more Guru died. Buddha consoled them and saying, do not cry for the death. But our Guru, Guru Mithu, we are very sad for the death of our Guru. Then Buddha gave this lesson. 218. He in whom a desire for the ineffable has arisen, who is replete with mind, whose thought is freed from desire, is called one who ascends to the stream. One who swims against the stream and is not carried away by the vulgar passions of the mind. He is not at the mercy of impulses. He is bound upstream. It is also a technical name for one who has reached the world of arhats and is proceeding to one that is, it is another Buddhist words. It is the last stage before reaching the formless stage of Arupa Dhatu. What does it mean? Do you know what does it mean? It means Samadhi. Samadhi Buddhist is called Shrotapanna. Shrotapanna means it is the spiritual current. If you jump there, you will be carried away. That is the way Buddhists use the samadhi. Shrotapanna. Shrota means current, stream. The moment you follow it, you are helpless. The terrible spiritual current will take you to Nirvana. That your Guru attained that stage, so do not grieve. Sri Ramakrishna mentioned, Guru stay lean on. When the Guru dies, Guru merges into Ishta. Merges into Ishta. Then the disciples should meditate on Ishta, the chosen deity. Guru and they become one. Sri Ramakrishna said that. One disciple asked him, when the Guru dies, where does he go? He merges with Ishta. Somebody, the disciples asked, did you attain the Arhat? You see, in Vedanta, there are two words are there. Shasangvedya, Parasangvedya. Shasangvedya means the person who achieved illumination, he only knows. Whether your stomach is full or not, I cannot tell you seeing your face. Only you know your stomach is full or empty. I cannot tell you seeing your face. That is called Shasangvedya. Parasangvedya means if you claim that Swami, I attained Samadhi, I attained Nibbana, then I know the scripture and I can put all the signs of an illumined soul on you and can check that whether you have those signs or not. This is the way we evaluate a man of illumination. Next verse. 219 and 220. There was a devotee named Nanda, a great devotee of Buddha, and he was dying. So some of Buddha's disciples saw the golden chariot came from heaven to pick him up to the higher realm. So Moggallana, another disciple of Buddha, described that scene to Buddha. This is the, first let me tell you the thing. When a man who has been long away returns safe from afar, friends and well-wishers receive him gladly. Even so, his good deeds receive the good man who has gone from this world to the next, as kinsmen receive a friend on his return. Relations turn back, leaving behind the dead body like a piece of a stone of wood. Dharma, the result of good or evil deeds, alone followed him. Do you know what he was talking about? When you die, what will go with you? Brihadaranyaka says, Vidya, karma, purva, prajna. These three things will go with human beings when we die. Not money, not your beauty, not jewelry, nor home, nor car. Three things will go with you, with me, with everybody. Vidya, knowledge. What you have gained in this life, they will go with you. Karma, good, bad, action, whatever you did, the result, those things will go with you. Purva prajna, your previous life samskaras, they will go with you. That he was talking about, that this person acquired so much virtue that even from the heaven, the chariots and all these good saints came to receive him. He was telling that, this is the way we get reception. After conquering a country, the king comes and people make a festivity, they receive him. Sometimes we give a tremendous reception, big reception, because of this, of his achievement. This man achieved the highest, so he must be received in a grander scale. That Buddha was they're talking about. Kono Priyojan, one of your dearest friends, Paratin, far away in the, and when he comes back after many years, all devotees will go to the airport to receive him. That he was talking about. His punya karma, his virtuous deeds, manifested. And people are so happy and love him, respect him. That means you got the result of your good karma, that's all. Good deeds. Look, what Buddha's main focus is good deeds. Be good, do good. Your karma will bring the result. You will not have to fight to get the result of the karma. The result will come automatically to you. Just be good and do good. That is this Priyavarga says. All right. Om Satoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mriturma Amritam Gamaya, Aviravirma Edhi, Rudrajatte Dakshinamukam, Tenamam Pahi Nityam, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, lead us from death to immortality, light us through and through, and guide us evermore with the loving presence. Peace, peace, peace be told. Next Sunday, Swami Chetanananda will speak on inspiring relationship between Swami Vivekananda and his brother disciples, part 6. All right. Thank you. And I have a couple of, our bulletin is out, please, and our June functions, you will see it. I am giving you some advance news. On the 16th of August, we are going to have opening ceremony of the Vedanta Society of Kansas City. Our Swami Bodhisattva is secretary of the Ramakrishna Mission in Belur Math, will come. And I shall tell you more in details later. Today, when I talked to him, he got his visa. We are supposed to do it on the 11th of June, but he did not get visa at that time. So we put it into 16th of August, that is Janmashtami, Krishna festival. That time we shall do the opening. If some devotees want to attend, please, we are trying to, some people want to go, we shall make a list that those who want to go,